what's happening as far as Bangladesh is concerned. Bangladesh continues to be on the brink, and the one thing that we can say with complete certainty is that the Hindu minority continues to be targeted by mob violence repeatedly. In the latest, a dozen homes belonging to Bangladeshi Hindus have been damaged by a mob over the weekend in northwestern part of Bangladesh. The violence erupted on Saturday after a 17-year-old Hindu boy allegedly made some derogatory remarks. The response was that there was a complete mob violence that the Hindu community there in that area had to suffer. Police have made some arrests. The teenager has been arrested, a third semester student at a private polytechnic institute. Enraged locals carried out attacks, vandalized several homes belonging to the members of the Hindu community on Saturday night and again on Sunday afternoon. The situation is now under control, but the questions remain the same. Let's put that out, viewers. The big questions that we are asking. And frankly, India Global has been asking those questions again and again. On 5th of August, it's going to be 1 year since the Sheikh Hasina's the rule was overturned. And since then, ever since the interim advisor's government started on 8th of August, this trend hasn't changed. But we will keep asking those big questions, viewers. First on your screens, are Hindu homes soft targets in Bangladesh? Should Yunus government do more for Hindu minorities' trust and confidence that has broken in the last 1 year? Is it now incumbent on the government to do more? And what must Yunus do to rein in the violence? At the end of the day, what has happened in the last 1 year is mainstreaming of radical Islamists in Bangladesh. How is it that now Mohammad Yunus is going to rein in those Islamist elements? Lastly, is this yet another low as far as the ties between the two sides? Let's get in Mohammad Rashid Alam Bhuya, who is an associate professor joining me live on the show. He's an associate professor at Dhaka University. Sir, your first thoughts on the questions that we're posing on the show. Are Hindu homes soft targets in Bangladesh?
Thank you for connecting me on these issues. I express my this sorrow on the matter of what happened in Rangpur. It's the countryside in Bangladesh. So the questions, I think, it's not actually that. What happening at the moment is everywhere in the world. It's not only in Bangladesh. So the certain outrage against the derogatory comments against Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that taken place on the other day, and the communities, particularly the extremist communities, who showed something violence on this regard, and I feel every sorrow on this matter. But it's not that it's always the situation, same thing like that. It's like it's happening. It's not regularly happening. It's happening some parts of the country somewhere, but it's not that overall all the communities in Bangladesh are buying this ideology or buying. If we have every respect for our prophet, but the showing your response this way is not appropriate. I think if somebody made these derogatory remarks, you should report to the police station. There is a law, there is a cyber act here, and the police will do their investigation and do the necessary things, but not the way you showed your response that the community did. I think some parts, and it's happening in India, it's happening other parts of the country as well. But I totally
Mr. Bhuya, no, sir. I gave you all the time to speak simply because I want you to share your thoughts. But when you start generalizing by saying it happens here, it happens there, it happens everywhere, you are normalizing it. Please, sir. I will give you all the time on the show without interruption, provided you answer the question and not normalize it. Let's not normalize this Hindu hatred that has actually peaked in the last 1 year, sir. This is not an isolated instance. You would agree there. This is now a pattern that is developing there. Go ahead.
I think it's not a pattern. I'm not normalizing. I said this happening couple of times. It happened. Do you agree about whether it's happening in India as well? So it's not the general feeling of our community.
No, what is happening in India, sir? No. Again, you're normalizing it. Again, you're generalizing it. You're giving vague answers. Sir, you're an academician. You're an intellectual. don't speak like the spokesperson of any party. Don't speak like the interim advisors party. You are an intellectual. You're an academician.
No,
I'm sure a lot of people watching this hold you in very high state. Go ahead, sir. Respond to the pattern that is developing of the hatred that is coming to light by certain sections of the Bangladeshi society towards the minorities. And that is coming out in terms of this instance. That's my point, sir.
I probably you didn't observe that I denounce this kind of activity. This kind of response is not expected, and I said I condemn this kind of activity. And I said the person, the community who committed this kind of violence, I denounce their activity. But I said what I said is not the general position of all the Bangladeshis here in Bangladesh. We have a communal harmony for years, for centuries here in Bangladesh, and this kind of tension is taking place. It's not this only this year. It happened over the years. It's not that only last 1 year that happening. That's I want to tell, and it's not expected. It's not should happen. It should not be happen. What I'm trying to say, and that's my position. I'm sorry if I misunderstood, but that's not the position that I'm buying this and I'm normalizing it. But what I'm trying to say that response that the government authorities did immediately. They inspect the places, they try to restore the communal harmony, the armies, the police officials are there, they try to repair those houses, but it should not be happened, first of all.
Absolutely.
But then the community responses, like particularly the government authority response was necessary. That's what need to be done from the government authority. There is more, I'm not saying that it's not happening in India, it's happening there. It's other parts of the world, but it's not normalizing. It's some sort of community doing this activity, it's not everyone doing this.
Okay.
That's what I'm
Okay, Mr. Bhuya, thanks much for speaking to me. You'll appreciate I gave you uninterrupted time to make your points, and I appreciate the fact that you said that this is something that must be addressed, and I'm only hopeful that this will be addressed, because it's, as I said, it's been 1 year of the turbulence that continues in Bangladesh with minorities facing
our
the
civil
brunt.
society and government is very watchful on this issue, and we're not buying this extremist ideology. We respect our prophet, but not the way to respond to the minority communities who are our brothers, our sisters. We're living there with centuries, and we have a very good friendship with our friends. They have communities across the different religions. It's not a matter.
All right, Mr. Bhuya.
There should be appropriate response for the government authority after this kind of movement, and the civil society is supporting this.
We'll leave it there, sir. Thanks much for speaking to me on India Global.